up before everybody else. Put it down. I can't understand this, man. This thing hard, man. It's hard. So listen here, what's this? They're crawling back and they're crawling forward. Even sideways too. Knocking it down with so much speed just so they get through. Some black and some are white. Some are even blue. Some are weak and some are strong. You'd be surprised at what they can do. But they're crawling all over town. They're crawling, crawling all around. They're crawling, trying to get me down. They're crawling all over town. Play that keyboard. That's it. Now listen here. They're crawling all over town. They're crawling, them crowd all around. They're crawling. I mean, people just down. They're crawling all over town. Look here. They're crawling. People are all over town. They're crawling, getting along. This one is what I got. I just only got no more jealous what I got. I need to be down. I live with one man. Nobody keeping one another down.
This is the ZNS Network, providing radio and high-definition television services for the entire Bahamas. ZNS Network is operated by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. It is located at Harcourt Rusty Bethel Drive, Centerville, Nassau. Our programming is designed to inform, educate, and entertain. We invite you to join us.
It's Monday, April 25th, 2022, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, we'll give you some tips for buying and using cryptocurrencies, find out how downtown businesses are rebounding amidst the global pandemic, Exuma getting a major economic boost from the National Family Island Regatta, and DeAndre Ayton back on the court in the NBA playoffs. So let's start the morning off right.
Edition is brought to you by We Buy You Sell Company, your leading hurricane impact windows, doors, and tile specialist.
When you've got a dream, you have to grab it and never let go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning edition. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And when you go to bed late and can't sleep and can't dream, then you gotta let it go. Good morning, everybody. I'm Charles Fisher. It's the start of a new week here on the morning edition. The countdown is definitely on for this week. Do you want to tell them?
No, I'll let you tell them. I'll let you do it.
We'll wait for later on in the week, folks, to let you know about the news. But the weekend was a great one. How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. Quincy and I had a very good time staying at the Sandals.
Looks like you got a nice suntan.
Yeah, but I still have my hat on, Quincy and I, so yeah, we had a great time.
We have a great show in store for you guys this morning. We're going to take a trip on down over there to Exuma. We're going to talk about this cryptocurrency. I really need to learn how to deal with that in our track and field. At least on the weekend, they were burning up the track, but let's now see how things are going weather-wise before we go into traffic. We are waking up this morning to 72 degrees, mostly sunny, winds east at 7 miles per hour, humidity 82%. Now, a semi-stationary high-pressure system meandering just north of the area will continue to support locally brisk breezes as maritime conditions generally improve across Bahamian waters today. For all areas, weather a mix of sun and clouds, warm and breezy with a few light passing showers. Your daytime high temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit, overnight low of 72. And as we look ahead to the week, on Tuesday, breezy in the morning, 81 in the day. It's going to be a little low in the night. And then on Wednesday, mostly sunny and pleasant, 81 in the day, 70 at night.
Good morning, Fisher and Ladon, and good morning, Bahamas. Your Monday morning traffic report is coming to you live from East-West Highway, where we can tell you that early morning traffic commuters are already making their presence felt on these roads. We've seen so many motorists traversing up and down these corridors here. It's definitely about to be a busy morning, so you might just want to get out early, get ahead of that morning mad rush. And as always, we want to give you a look at overnight stats. According to the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, there are a total of 7 accidents in the past 24 hours, one of them a hit and run. Now police are on the lookout for the driver of that vehicle and encourages anyone with information on that crime to just go ahead and phone in. As always, our everyday notification, we want to remind you that the speed limit on most roadways throughout the Bahamas is 25 miles per hour, except where indicated otherwise, so you want to pay attention to that. And just before we go, we want to send a quick shout out to the man behind the camera, the one who makes all our morning traffic drops possible, our cameraman, Danny. We want to wish you a happy birthday from the entire crew of the Morning Edition. Fisher Madon, I'm going to send it back to you.
With close to 50 homicides recorded in the country this year alone, the government is continuing to formulate strategies to address crime. These violent situations tend to start off small but can mushroom out of control, resulting in someone being seriously injured or worse. So nipping the problem in the bud before things get out of hand is key. Psychotherapist Dr. Adrika Richardson says understanding where an individual's low temperament stems from is important.
Even me telling somebody to take a deep breath and slow down, if they come from an environment where survival is the only thing that they know, then that's a little hard because they have not seen that there's another opportunity or something else that can be done. There's alternative things that we can do when our emotions get high, when we feel like we're up against the wall. There needs to be information and resources available so that we can learn to de-escalate situations and help prevent society from getting to this place where we encourage this one-on-one contact is the only way to solve issues.
20 new COVID cases confirmed in the latest release from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, 17 here in the capital, 1 in Grand Bahama, and 2 in Abaco. 13 females and 7 males make up this latest group, with 10 of those cases having a travel history over the past 14 days. Hospitalizations stand at 5, all listed as moderately ill. 164 cases remain active. A youth service was held at the St. John's Native Baptist Church on Sunday in recognition of World Autism Day. Minister of Immigration and Labor, the Honorable Keith Bell, admonishing students and Royal Bahamas Police Force recruits to appreciate the plight of persons with autism. Minister Bell also reflected on efforts to assist those on the autism spectrum.
Having gone to cabinet, sat in the cabinet with Minister Melanie Griffin, she was one of the strongest advocates that I have known for children with autism. And she had moved the Christie government to establish a center on Gladstone Road. We had broken ground, but unfortunately that never came to fruition. Coming here this morning and listening to the parents, you have renewed my faith, my commitment, and I'm sure that of Minister Monroe sitting on the front pew.
The boy Boys and Girls Empowerment Club at the L.W. Young Junior High School holding an empowerment seminar under the theme Empower to Lead, Inspire to Rise. Guest speakers included spouse of the Prime Minister Anne-Marie Davis, State Minister for Education the Honorable Zane Lightbourne, and Fox Hill Member of Parliament the Honorable Fred Mitchell.
Sometimes your path may seem uncertain, and it's probably scary at times to you, but it always seems impossible until it's done. Always remember that.
So make sure that you take all of the tools that are given to you. What is said to you today will inspire you and empower you to be good leaders.
You're in a great institution, and we're very proud of your principal, your teachers, and the work that they're doing.
A new billboard is being mounted on E Street North to increase the awareness of breastfeeding. Under 20% of Bahamian mothers are breastfeeding, and officials of the Bahamas National Breastfeeding Association want to up that figure to 50%. The billboard will support the association's ongoing initiative to promote breastfeeding as the best alternative to baby formula and bottled milk. Endorsing the initiative is Education Minister the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin.
Breastfeeding is so fundamental and so natural and so correct. Somehow in our social reality, it's gotten sidelined. And the whole effort for these distinguished health professionals, and I commend them for their continued and sustained work. The whole thrust is to get it back into the centerpiece of health. We talk about immunizations, we talk about all these different health interventions. This is the fundamental one to a newborn baby. It is the opening of the door to premium health into adulthood.
Started with today's lesson. Bobby, can you tell me the national bird of the Bahamas?
Miss J, we can't hear Bobby because he's fooling around with the other guys.
All right now, y'all settle down. That's okay, Bobby. I'll have a talk with your mom. It's time to transform the way you learn.
Transform the way you learn and improve your in-home Wi-Fi coverage with Eero.
The natural resources of the Bahamas play a critical role in supporting Bahamian livelihoods. For example, the fishing and tourism industry, which include fishermen, seafood exporters, hoteliers, dive operators, restaurants, and others. Collectively, they generate approximately $1.5 billion a year. Therefore, we must respect and preserve what we have. These resources belong to us.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
So let's all do our part to maintain our local economy and a good quality of life. Remember, if we take care of nature, nature will take care of us.
There's a spark of greatness in each of us. That spark is called personality. Individual gifts and talents provide the fuel to set that spark ablaze. Each child has the right to an education which values their personality and nurtures their talents, while teaching them to be respectful to their parents and their cultures.
Play host to a major digital currency conference this week. For those not able to attend, there are some tips that you must know when it comes to buying or using cryptocurrencies. Here's Lloyd Allen.
Traditionally, just like how you would open up a bank account where you got to carry a passport, your NIB, your identification. When you go to a cryptocurrency exchange or cryptocurrency broker, you have to show all of your identification.
An advocate and consultant for cryptocurrencies, Wayne Johnson suggests average Bahamians take a hands-on approach to learning the ins and outs of this market as it continues to gain traction.
When we came to the marketplace with ZooCoins, there was no regulations in place. Bahamians were buying crypto, going through the institutions, going through and paying exchange fees and everything else like that. There was no laws or regulation in place.
For a time, he says the local market was like a wild, wild west until the introduction of the Digital Assets and Registered Exchanges Act.
The Darebell is an actually good position to be in because you have a lot of persons now who will be coming on with their exchanges. You can be able to find a recognizable exchange where you could have your coins converted.
Despite this added protection, Johnson encourages research.
You have to be able to look at the white paper to be able to see the kind of user case study in terms of the business model that the cryptocurrency is operating in.
But once you become a player in the market, how is cryptocurrency used?
When you purchase in whatever particular crypto, once that crypto is listed and it can be converted, that it's converted into dollars. You have crypto now in real estate, so you have a lot of persons now wanting to buy real estate in crypto.
Regardless of how you use your cryptocurrency, Johnson advises to ensure you keep your crypto wallet close.
You have a lot of persons who have their crypto portfolio on their phones, and they have their password and code to be able to protect them from fraudsters coming and actually stealing their coins.
COVID-19 pandemic severely impacted businesses' activity in the country, especially in the downtown area. This morning, Crystal Darling gives us an update on how it's looking on that side of town.
Bay Street, a bustling district of commercial activity where hundreds of visitors flood the streets on any given day. But what are these visitors looking for?
I'm celebrating my 31st birthday, so yeah, I'm here. Coming off a cruise, and I'm exploring the streets of Bahamas.
I just wanted to eat some Bahamian food. Yes.
Yeah.
They want to try the local restaurants.
How
was it? It was really good. Yes, yes. Just enjoying the scene,
hanging out. See what's new, and just the ambiance of the people, and the food.
Oh, we just bought a catamaran and we're cruising around. So we came here to drop off our grandparents, buying expensive stuff for my mom, and yeah, just exploring because I've never been to Nassau before.
Oddly enough, I was in search of hearing aids, batteries. So we went several different places, and my good cab driver here brought us to this location.
As the country rebounds from COVID, some businesses are faring better than others. We spoke to several taxi drivers who say things are looking up.
Last year was a zero balance as business, but for sure this year you can see it's coming back gradually. Cruise ship business, land business, stopover visitors. So it's been pretty much coming back slowly but surely, yeah.
It's picked up tremendously now. All the tourists are coming back. All the cruise ships are full, so it's no complaint now.
This has been great, It comes and it goes. Ain't every day is the same. Some days you make out good, some days you balance it off, and some days, well, you got to go home early. But still yet, it's better than having nothing.
On the other hand, tourists can be seen traversing Bay Street sidewalks, peering into empty businesses with only a few to no customers. Several store representatives who refused to be on camera told us that business has yet to pick up. Shop owner Helen McNeil and salesperson Sharice Tucker shared their experiences working on Bay Street over the past several months.
It's open, but the tourists are not shopping, they're just walking. Most of our customers are the locals. The tourists are just, walking, but they're going to the beach.
As hype as it was, but it's regaining its numbers by the days, but it's not how it was before the pandemic.
And musicians Sidney Hepburn and Wilfred Crabman Swain, playing for tips, had this to say.
People think that more ships is better business. But more ships right now means that a lot of people are coming. They're not spending. They're here, but they're not spending.
It's been very busy and so on, It's been much, much better.
After a 2-year hiatus, regattas were recently given the green light to continue with COVID-19 restrictions relaxed and testing no longer needed to travel between islands. Hundreds of residents and visitors converged on the island of Exuma this weekend to enjoy the first regatta of the season. The National Family Island Regatta has generated big business for food, drink, and clothing vendors from around the island and in the capital. Vendors like the Sky Juice King Nehemiah Store and Erica Monroe from Bee Sanctuary welcome the economic injection.
This year regatta is wonderful for the island of Exuma, and we're pleased to present our product to the population. Here we have our honey. It's locally harvested here on our island of Exuma. We have honey of different colors simply because of the time period that it was created. From the honey hive, we also create honeycombs, which is a delicacy. We have free-range local eggs. And a product from the beehive is our beeswax, which is normally used in the creation of candles or perhaps cosmetics. Business is always wonderful. Create it, they will buy it.
It's great moment. I was quite surprised. I thought it was like, it was a small because some people would like, I'd try it, I wouldn't try it, but it was magnificent.
But the business vendors were not the only ones enjoying the festivities. A few attendees we spoke to say the regatta came at the right time.
The regatta is a good thing, you know what I mean? It like bring back the people together, love, unity, you know what I mean? But it's a little different now, you know what I mean? It's sweet as I expect it to be like, back then, you know what I mean?
I am happy to see that the turnout as well. I am happy to see that there are a lot of tourists, both international and domestic, coming to the island. It's truly a new beginning for the island of Exuma.
Well, I think it's a wonderful thing that these things are coming back to the island. The injection into the local economies, I think it's wonderful, and this is something that we were lacking for about 2 years right now, and I'm ecstatic to even be here. So it's a good thing.
Is he having cum salad?
Yes. I haven't tried it as yet. I can try it right now. It's good.
I'm enjoying most of the sailing. I'm enjoying it. It's a nice comeback. It's coming back great. Guys, once they do, as the protocol calls for, we'll probably have a nice turnout.
I was pretty impressed about Thursday, because Thursday is normally a snow night here in Exuma. But Thursday seems to be a lot of persons came out to support. I'm very surprised with the vendors. Seems like you have a lot of vendors going on, a lot of liquor selling, food, drinks, pizza, cum salad. So there's a lot going on as far as regatta. The best part of regatta is the sailing. You got to get involved with the sailing. C-class. I think that's the best class of all the boats.
But in the meantime, regatta officials are hopeful that as the country continues to open up, next year's National Family Island Regatta would be bigger and a whole lot better.
Well, like somebody had a lot of fun, did you?
Yeah.
Like Minister Lightbourne said, a lot of people go to regatta and don't know who won. But let's tell you who won.
I know who won. Patton Pride won.
Stephen Knowles over
and
class.
Joshua Green from Captain Peg.
He beat out his old former boat, the Witty K. Confusion finished second in class. See, in over class, it was Josh Johnson, like you said, Captain Peg, taking the cannon, one bomber second, and Mako finished third. And you were making a point. It looked like you came back a bit more.
I was really interested in the young skippers that I saw there. Emmett Knowles, I think he's the son of a legacy skipper. I think that was pretty interesting.
Did they ask you to go on any boat?
I think Clay Sweeting, the Minister of Agriculture, that was his first time, I guess.
I saw some pictures of that.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So what was the best part of the regatta for you besides the food?
The food and the Sky Juice that was not leaded. We didn't drink. We had a lot of work to do. So,
and I know you got a lot of compliments telling you, say, LaDawn, you're more pretty off TV.
Yeah, and they were asking for you as well. So yeah.
Had a good trip, thanks.
Yeah. And as we head to the break, we take a look back at today in Bahamian history. On April 25th, 1970, the Lucaya Presbyterian Church in Grand Bahama was dedicated. Also on this day in 1993, the 67-year-old Montague Beach Hotel was reduced to rubble after being ripped by a powerful explosion aided by 200 pounds of dynamite.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain cars. we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Immediate Response is heading to Houston, Texas, home to the Astros baseball team, the Rockets basketball team, the Space Center, Houston Zoo, and the world-famous Houston Museum District. Join me, the Bishop of Motivation, Spence Finlayson, as I interview high-profile, talented, and influential Bahamians. Call your account executives or the sales department now to place your ads for two historic Immediate Response broadcasts from Houston, Texas, live on the ZNS TV and radio network. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Influenza, or the flu as it is commonly called, is a viral illness that usually occurs between the months October to March. The virus is transmitted from person to person through coughing, sneezing, or talking. Symptoms include fever, cough, headache, runny nose, generalized body aches, and fatigue. There is no specific treatment for the flu, and the symptoms usually dissipate after 3 to 7 days. Because it is caused by a virus, antibiotics are not used to treat the flu. Persons are encouraged to rest and drink lots of fluids. Panadol is recommended for fever and body aches associated with the flu. However, aspirin should be avoided due to the risk of bleeding. To decrease the spread of flu, persons are encouraged to get their flu shot annually and practice good cough hygiene. Additional information can be provided by your community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
After securing the best record in the NBA during the regular season, DeAndre Ayton and the Phoenix Suns being given all they can handle in their first round playoff series with the New Orleans Pelicans. Last night, the Pelicans evened their best of 7 series with the Suns taking Game 4, 118-103. In the loss, DA finished with a side-high 23 points and added 8 rebounds.
Going into the third quarter, we was trading baskets, and then we just started fouling. They started collecting calls because they were aggressive, but we just kept fouling, and them dudes had momentum, and they realized that they were in the bonus early. So they did what any team would do, attack, and be aggressive and finish, and, they was getting their calls. Just felt like we couldn't do like how we did it in Game 3, with the physicality of the game, and, it made us let up a little bit on being aggressive to where it's the league. Towards the legal physicality, and I think that's what got us, because we started to figure that out a little bit too late. Dudes was crashing. I think they had like 20 offensive boards, and they hit first, man. Them dudes they played hard. They wanted it more. That's just plain and simple.
Olympic champion Speedy Stevie Gardner turned in a quality performance to open his outdoor season after clocking a world-leading time of 44.22 seconds at the LSU Alumni Gold Meet on Saturday. The 26-year-old Gardner continues to build momentum from a series of impressive indoor performances earlier this season, where he competed only in the 20 meters. On Saturday, the Bahamian beat back a challenge from USA's Vernon Norwood, who ran 44.59 seconds for second place. Gardner's time was his fastest ever 40-meter season opener and seems to be getting him a good standing to defend his world title at the World Championships in Eugene, Oregon later on this summer. And Anthony Strong, she is rolling early, continuing a stellar start to the outdoor season, edging out one of the fastest women ever in the world. She beat Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price to win the women's 20 meters at the Velocity Fest in Kingston, Jamaica, running a season's best of 22.55 seconds, her fastest time in 8 years. The Jamaican was second in 22.79. What a run. On a big game for Josh Chisholm on the Major League Baseball diamond on Saturday. He led the game off with a home run and finished up 4 for 6, which also included a double, 2 stolen bases, 3 runs, batted in, and 3 runs scored. He was just shy of that cycle. The Miami Marlins won 9-7 over the Atlanta Braves. And the Rugby America's North World Cup qualifiers taking place over the weekend at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. Team Bahamas got off to a rough start, losing all 3 of its matches on Saturday. They opened with a 34-zip loss to the Cayman Islands, followed up with a close 2019 loss to the Turks and Caicos, before ending the day with a 36-7 loss to Mexico. Playing for pride on the final day, the Bahamas would pick up a 26-12 win over the British Virgin Islands and ended the tournament with a 31-21 loss to Guyana to finish 1-4. Canada won both the men and ladies title, defeated Jamaica 29-12 in the men, and the ladies topped Mexico 33-0. The top two teams booked their spots at the World Cup in South Africa, while Jamaica men also qualified for the Commonwealth Games, joining Canada, who were already in the field.
Y'all to picture your parents them over there watching y'all. You want gangbang?
It's back.
You're here because your parents decided to put you in here.
The groundbreaking reality series returns.
You never hit me before? You raise your hand hit me? Do you know it's still time to get it together?
With never before seen footage.
Come punch me then. Send you punch him on me. You punch me?
This ain't no playground.
You gonna know before you leave today. Step in here. If they find some space, I can teach y'all how to disrespect.
It's a whole new season.
Don't come here with your movie face, because I ain't buying it.
Watch their transformation.
It bears to be a winner. It bears to be a winner. Teamwork. You are a unit. You moving as one.
So why you doing what you do? The Ministry of National Security and the ZNS Network presents Shark Treatment. A whole new season coming soon.
National Parks Day was celebrated on Saturday, just one day after festivities took place for Earth Day. And in light of this, the Bahamas National Trust celebrated the occasion on various parks across this country. Here's Crystal Darling.
On Bonefish Pond here in the capital, vividly colored green mangroves are seen caressing bodies of water in the southwestern part of the island. Bahamas National Trust Senior Communications Officer Elijah Sands details natural parks like these and the day they've set aside to show appreciation for them.
So it kind of started off as a day to honor Earth Day. We started off in 2018 with a family fun day at Bonefish Pond National Park, where we are right now. And once we saw the response and once we realized how many people weren't aware of national parks and that they can have such amazing outdoor experiences in these parks, we decided to expand it to more parks across the islands. So right now in 2022, we have special activities or celebrations at 9 national parks across 7 islands for one day.
On the park grounds, we bumped into several visitors. Some of them told us about this unique visit to Bonefish Pond.
My sister works on a preserve, so she told me that this would be a good opportunity for me to come and see the natural wildlife, the plantations, and have fun. I want to learn more about the environment, so this will be a good opportunity for me.
I wanted to say decided because last time we've been here was empty, and after this we're going to Clifton Heritage Park. So yeah, that's why we came here today.
I didn't even know this was really out here. I mean, you hear about it, but you don't really know what it has to offer. And it was free. So I said, why not? It's a beautiful Saturday. It's been great. When we went to the Primeval, it was so simple. It's like, they had guided tours, and they said you could just go along your way, do whatever you want. And they had some bush tea there as well. I can't stomach it, but I like the option. And coming here, once again, it was really simple, and yeah. So it's been very good.
A big part of the National Trust mission is to remind Bahamians that these parks belong to them.
These spaces are managed by the Bahamas National Trust on behalf of the Bahamian people. So we want people to be able to come out here, see these incredible spaces, experience them, see that, you know, national parks are something that people can do. National parks, you can have amazing family experiences, you can have amazing experiences in national parks. So we want people to be able to come out, learn more about these spaces, understand that these spaces are theirs, and also learn how they can support them, because the national parks are an important part of our culture, our history, and we want everybody to understand that and feel pride in their national parks.
National Parks Day is one of the many initiatives that the Bahamas National Trust will be having this year. They're also encouraging the public to follow them for more information on upcoming events throughout the year.
Well, Ladon, that's day number 1, 4 more to go.
Can you tell the viewers why we're counting down? Or are you going to wait until Thursday?
We're going to wait until Thursday.
Oh, okay.
But be sure to stay tuned into the ZNS Network for news as it happens. TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into the Northern Edition at 6:30 in the Bahamas tonight at 7 o'clock.
Great morning, everybody.